Everyone keeps saying Blackout is coming back. It's not. Avalon is not Blackout. And this update isn't about nostalgia, it's about whether Warzone can survive its own design. Because if this mode fails, it confirms something a lot of players already feel. Warzone doesn't have an identity problem, it has a direction problem. Lately, the conversation around Blackout and Warzone's upcoming new map, expected to launch in spring 2026, has intensified. And honestly, it's not happening by accident. Warzone is currently stuck in a repetitive loop. Remember how hyped everyone was when Verdansk returned? That moment felt huge. But today, a lot of players don't feel that same excitement anymore. The novelty has faded. The surprise is gone. And that's exactly why the development team is looking to deliver a major shock to the system. This isn't about adding more content. It's about trying to reignite interest in a game that many players feel has plateaued. I've talked before about how Warzone no longer feels like the Warzone many players fell in love with years ago. The pacing has changed. The pressure is constant. The experience has become louder, faster, and more exhausting. In this video, I want to shift the focus slightly. Instead of just criticizing what Warzone has become, the real question is this. Can upcoming content actually keep players engaged long-term? Because excitement alone isn't enough anymore. Players have seen big updates before, and many of them didn't last. What Blackout represents to players. For a lot of people, Blackout represents a version of Call of Duty Battle Royale that felt more deliberate. It was slower, more tactical, and more readable. Fights had consequences. Mistakes mattered. That's why Blackout became nostalgic, not just because it was old, but because it stood for a different design philosophy. One that valued positioning, awareness, and decision-making over constant action. When developers say the new Avalon mode is Blackout-inspired, they're not promising a remake, they're referencing that philosophy. What Avalon is, and what it isn't. Avalon is not Blackout coming back. It's not a remastered map, and it's not a replacement for Warzone as we know it. Avalon is a new Warzone experience that takes inspiration from Blackout's core ideas while still existing inside the Warzone ecosystem. That distinction matters because it shows intent. The developers aren't abandoning Warzone, they're testing whether a different pace and structure still resonate with today's players. Can new content actually fix the problem? This is the real challenge. Warzone has introduced new maps, new modes, and massive updates before, but many of them struggled to maintain long-term engagement. Players return, try the content, and slowly drift away again. Avalon seems designed to answer a deeper question. Do players want a slower, more tactical Warzone experience again, or has the audience fundamentally changed? If Avalon succeeds, it suggests Warzone still has room to evolve back toward clarity and consequence. If it fails, it confirms that Warzone's future is locked into high-tempo, constant action gameplay. Either way, the result will matter far beyond a single map. What we know about the release window. Based on official statements and current information, the Blackout-inspired Avalon experience is expected to launch in spring 2026, likely alongside a major seasonal update tied to Black Ops 7's lifecycle. Details are still limited, and gameplay specifics haven't been fully revealed yet, which is why this period is important. The lack of information isn't just silence, it's a build-up phase. Expectations are forming, and how Avalon lands will shape Warzone's direction moving forward. If you enjoyed this kind of deeper analysis instead of surface-level news, make sure to like the video and subscribe.